So, been gone for a little while. I just, got busy. But still been working on just designing, just whenever I have free time, It's a lot easier to just mess on the computer than to come out in the shop, do all that stuff. But I wanted to test out thread milling. So on this knife, there's a bunch of threaded holes. Four of them are just to hold it down in the jig. And then there's 3 more along the back edge. And they're all either 2.5 millimeter or 3 millimeter threads. So I got these cheapo thread mills. There we go. But they're just tiny, tiny little thread mills. This is the 2.5 millimeter and the 3 millimeter. They're only a few bucks a piece. So anyways, I'm gonna do this little test block that I drew up. I drew it up in the same program because I wanted to copy and paste the same thread milling programs onto this part so that I know they work. They're the exact depth and dimensions and all that stuff. So I've got a 2 3 millimeter and 2 2.5 millimeter. And in Fusion, it gives you the option for it's an offset, pitch diameter offset over here. And on these front ones, on the 2.5 millimeter, I did a 2,000th offset. So that means it'll cut at 2,000ths of an inch, not as deep. So I'm starting shallow and then we'll go deeper. And then this hole down here is 3 or 4 thousandths offset, so it'll cut even less on that one. And then on the 3 millimeter holes, I did a 3 thou and a 6 thou offset. And I'm just gonna cut those and just see how a screw fits. And then I can have a better idea of what it needs to be. I'm gonna drill it and then bore it and then thread mill it, all one step at a time. So you'll see, well, actually, let's do this. Simulate. So pretty simple. I've done this once before, but it was like a 3/8 of an inch hole on a homemade thread mill on my other mill. And it did work, so I'm pretty sure it should work just fine. Slow it down a little bit. There is a couple kind of little tricks, I guess you could say. So one, I'm not sure if you have to model the threads, but I did. I Googled it and it sounded like you do need to model the threads. And the other thing is the depth, because you don't want this little thread mill plunging all the way down into the bottom of the hole. So I did offset the depth a little bit, I think 10 or 15 thousandths, and I just did that in the heights tab. So bottom height is the whole bottom plus 10 thou. So it won't go all the way into the bottom of that hole, because there's nothing on the tip of these little thread mills to cut. It can't plunge. Then what was it? Oh, the other thing, when you select for the model in here, when you go to geometry and you select a face, there's this face here, which is the tip of the thread on the very inside. If you select that face, it won't cut your threads right. You have to go and select that far back, one of the far back edges back in there. I don't know if you can, you can see that. So this would be inside of the screw, and then this would be on the outside of the screw, and you have to select that outside face. I suppose you maybe could select this one and then offset it the depth of the thread, but why would you do that? I don't know necessarily what's the right or wrong way. But anyways, I'll take you over there. I'm gonna send this over to the mill. Well, I freaking did it again. Got everything probed. I probed in my little test block, measured all my tools, and then I was like, oh, I forgot to probe or to measure my 1/16 end mill that I was gonna use to bore the holes after I drilled them. So I stuck it in, I hit measure offset, and it freaking exploded. Nothing left of that end mill. Where is it? Oh, right there. So yeah, screwed up my little Yeah, this time it really messed this thing up good. Big old hole in it now. It was skipping steps. No bueno. So yeah, I hit the E-stop and freaking somehow I'm probably gonna need a new one of these. Luckily this was only a $35 deal instead of an expensive one. Gosh, yeah, that sucks. Doesn't really look like it, but there is a noticeable dent. There's still carbide stuck in it. For now, I'll probably just set it off to the side just a little bit. I didn't get very accurate results when I was testing measuring tools off to the side. Like, to get an accurate reading, it had to be right in the center. But I'm thinking maybe it'll be okay as long as all the tools are measured off to the side. Assuming this thing still works. It was bottomed out. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know how. I haven't ever taken this apart, so I don't know how exactly it works, or if I probably messed something up in there, but I'll recheck some tools. The problem is when I go between probe's over right there. When I go between that and the height setter, I have to go into the settings and I have to switch between digitizing and passive. And I forgot to do that. This is the second time I forgot to do that. Last time I caught it a little bit faster and it didn't do nearly as much damage. Yeah, there's a chunk of end mill in there. So yeah, I don't know why my phone doesn't autofocus. Piece of crap. Anyways, I'm gonna throw these tools back in, remeasure them. I'll move my offset over to the side just a little bit, and I'll check how far off they are from the original measurement. I'm gonna have to redo everything, re-reference everything, re-probe that, re-measure all the heights on these, and yeah, we'll see how it goes. Yeah, at least it was just a little end mill and a cheap tool setter. But man, second time. There was a company that makes a box so that you can plug both of these in at the same time, and it automatically detects what you're using. Something like that. I don't know. People have posted schematics on how to like make your own, and I thought about it, but just never did because it's not that big of a hassle. Like, you just unplug, plug in, hit the settings. The problem is remembering to do it. And yeah, that's where I just have a poor memory. And this is the first time back on the mill in like a month or two. It's been a minute. Yeah, I wish I was recording. It did not sound good. I'll tell you that. Yeah, all right. We'll get her back going. All right, got everything probed back in, and surprisingly, the tools that I remeasured were only off by 1/10 of a thousandth, so obviously didn't mess with the tool setter much, and I even offset it over to the side, so that's pretty surprising. Anyways, I've got just a spot drill in. We're gonna start it up, and we're just gonna go pretty slow with it till we see how it's going. So it looks like there's some threads in there. Let's see if I can get you closer. nice. Let's see if a screw fits though. Alright, here's a M2.5. Our first hole. We did this one with a 2/1000 offset, so it should be pretty tight, but it is going in. It's going in. Yeah, it's pretty snug. It's a pretty snug thread right there. And then the second one, I did a 5/1000 offset, so it should be looser, I believe. It feels tighter. My offsets might be backwards. That one's definitely tighter. Yeah, that one's definitely tighter. But, I mean, the screw goes in fine. But the 2.5, or the 2/1000 offset, I think that one's money. Yeah, that one feels perfect. So I'm thinking, let's see, I'm gonna go double check, make sure that back one was the 2/1000 offset. Oh yeah, that's right. So the back one has a 2/1000 offset, the front one has a minus 5/1000. So minus 2 thou, minus 5 thou. The minus 5 thou is a tighter fitting hole. So -2, I think, is perfect for these Chinesium screws. Minus 5/1000 offset leaves a little bit too much material, so the screw is tighter, if that makes sense. And then on this bigger hole, I did 3 and minus 6 or 7. And here's our 3mm screw. That back one should be a little looser in the front. And it does feel a little bit loose. Let's see about that trash. Yeah, that one feels kind of loosey-goosey. But this front one's probably gonna be too tight. Maybe not. Might need to be even tighter than that, because it still feels, it's still pretty loose feeling. But the good news is thread milling works. A little bit nerve-wracking anytime you're messing with tiny end mills and thread mills like this. I think this test is good enough to tell me what I need to use. So I'm gonna do -2 thou on my 2.5 mil threads, and then I'll do I'll do -7 thou on the 3mm threads. And that'll be just a touch tighter than it is right now. Right now it feels like a tapped hole. It's not like super loose. I just think it could be a little bit tighter is all. Just got a little bit of wobble. But yeah, that one's got way too much wobble. Actually, what I need to do, I think, is measure the thread mills, because I entered it in without actually hand measuring them. I just went off of what the listing said they were, which this will be kind of hard to measure because it's a 3 flute. Kind of hard to get a caliper micrometer on there to measure that size, but I'm happy with it. I think That's pretty neat. Definitely saves some time now. Instead of having to drill, bore, and then hand tap each hole, I'll be able to drill, bore, and thread mill all the holes. So that's kind of cool. Yeah, stay tuned. I'm gonna try to get in the garage a little more often, get some knives made. It's been a little while, but I'm gonna get back at it, get some new videos going, and yep, that's it. Thanks.